European soccer was rocked by the biggest story in a generation Sunday when 12 of Europe's biggest clubs announced plans to break away from the established soccer order and form a Super League. The story has the potential to remake the European landscape dramatically, and there is still much that isn't known about how the story will develop. Here's what we do know so far. A group of 12 clubs from across Europe's biggest leagues announced plans to form a new competition called the Super League. The league, should it be established, would offer permanent spots to some of the world's biggest clubs and would plan to play matches midweek, while allowing the involved clubs to remain in their domestic competitions. This plan is currently opposed by FIFA and UEFA, the governing body for international and European soccer, respectively. Craving even more coverage of the world's game? Listen below and follow Qué Golazo, a daily CBS Soccer podcast where we take you beyond the pitch and around the globe for commentary, previews, recaps and more. The Super League is a long-talked-about idea for a closed competition which would feature Europe's biggest clubs. Over the years there have been many different theoretical proposals for what that league would look like. On Sunday, 12 clubs made it official and announced their plans to break away from Europe's governing body, UEFA, and form their own league. They plan to add 3 more permanent members and leave 5 spots open in the 20-team format that European clubs could qualify for from across Europe's domestic competitions. The 12 teams who are currently founding members are, in addition to these 12 teams, the founders say they expect to add 3 more permanent teams and additionally allow 5 teams per season from the rest of Europe. So far, several of Europe's biggest teams have not officially signed onto the project. According to CBS Sports insider Fabrizio Romano, both Bayern Munich and RB Leipzig are in talks with the Super League to join as permanent members and will decide on whether to make the leap in the coming days. It's worth noting that the 50+1 clause was written into the German league back in 1998, which forces members of the club, by extension, the fans, to control the majority of the voting rights to prevent ownership takeovers similar to what we have seen in other teams in top leagues that are now forcing their way into a breakaway league. Notably among Europe's elite clubs, current UEFA Champions League semi-finals Paris Saint-Germain are not among the teams making up the Super League. It's worth noting that Nasser Al-Khelaifi, the head of Qatar Sports Investments, which owns and operates PSG, also holds a seat in the UEFA Executive Committee. He was elected to his UEFA position back in 2019.